Hello, everyone, and welcome back. My name is Micaela. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to be moving through a little bit of an introduction to Yoga Nidra, the practice of, because the following videos will be Yoga Nidra practices. Before I begin talking about anything yoga or Yoga Nidra related, I would like to begin by acknowledging all of our Indian ancestors and East South Asian ancestors who created the practice of yoga and were kind enough to pass it on to not only their people but also everyone else. So I want to go ahead and pay homage to that, especially as a white presenting person, that everything that I'm talking about today and referencing today is an ancient Indian practice, and I want to ensure that I pay homage to that. So, that being said, Yoga Nidra is the practice of sleep, and the book that I'm going to be using today and referencing is Yoga Nidra by Swami Satyananda Saraswati. So I'll also be linking this in the description in case you want to check out this book yourself. Again, as a white presenting teacher, it's always really important to me to ensure that I'm going back to our foundations, going back to the actual sacred practice, the people that created it, and always acknowledging the work that they put in to do so. So again, this is going to be an introductory video where we talk a little bit about the practice of Yoga Nidra and what you can expect, the purpose, why we do it, and all of that. So to start, I will acknowledge the pronunciation. A lot of times you will hear this practice called Yoga Nidra, Yoga Nidra. That's okay, it's a misunderstanding, but we always want to try to practice these Sanskrit words correctly, using the correct pronunciation. If you ever have a question, you can always Google it. There is someone out there on YouTube who has said this word for you, so you don't have to guess. So instead of Yoga Nidra, it is Yoga Nidra. You're supposed to roll the R as well. I have a hard time doing that, so it might actually sound like Yoga Nidra. So as long as we can get that out of the way, it is not an E, it is an I. Very important as we move forward. Again, Yoga Nidra is the practice of sleep, the yoga of sleep. The intention, though, is not to sleep. The intention is to access that state between conscious and unconscious, that sweet spot that's not awake and is not asleep. It is said that an hour of Yoga Nidra can be as restful as 4 hours of deep sleep. So harnessing the practice of Yoga Nidra can really help you find relaxation that you won't find, maybe can't find otherwise. So it's important to also note that sleep in Yoga Nidra, when we talk about sleep, it is not the deepest relaxation that we can access because things are still happening in the mind. We're still processing and holding on to things while we sleep. So the practice of Yoga Nidra is meant to guide us to that sweet spot of relaxation where we are doing our best to really let go of all of the stimulus that might be coming in to find that essential state of just being. I'd also like to say that there's no way to do this wrong. Trying is the purpose. Falling asleep is normal. Missing part of the instructions because your mind wanders is normal. Feeling like you're maybe unable to relax or you're fidgety, all of that is normal. There is no prescribed goal that we are going for. The goal is to just be present and aware of what happens and open to the experience without judging it, without feeling like you need to change it, just experiencing it. Yoga Nidra is a very powerful practice in which we can try to release old samskaras or old habits, old patterns that no longer serve us by accessing our subconscious. Making profound changes in Yoga Nidra comes with setting what we call a sankalpa. This is an intention that is set once you have relaxed, cleared the mind, and come to a place of stillness. It's as though you're communicating to your subconscious. Your sankalpa can be anything that you're hoping to incorporate into your life moving forward, or anything that you might be looking to stay away from or let go of. So Yoga Nidra is really for everyone. It really just depends on what you're looking to get out of it. Typical Yoga Nidra sessions can last anywhere from 20 minutes to 45 minutes, maybe even an hour, depending on how slow the reader might be moving through. But it's important to note that you don't want to move so slow that the students have time to wander. You'll see as we move into our first practices together that it's important to stay aware in the student's experience. So when you're moving through the script, you want to keep at least enough of a beat, enough momentum to keep the students present with you, listening, and in their practice. There are some required characteristics when it comes to the practice of Yoga Nidra. One of those is rotation of consciousness. So as you are lying still and you're being guided through what can be described as maybe a meditation script, something similar, you will be guided through a rotation of your body with your consciousness. So you'll be cued to bring your awareness to a specific part of the body, and you will move through the entire body. This is to help you find that ultimate state of relaxation and also help you to build awareness to how you feel and how you can affect how you feel and your environment just with your presence, your awareness, and your intention. Because it can be 25, 35, 45 minutes and you are lying down, it's important that you're comfortable because you really don't want to move just because you're trying to move away from outward stimulation and move inward to be aware of your internal experience. But again, there's no right or wrong here. Just being open to what happens in your experience is what's important. There are other aspects of Yoga Nidra. There is something called Pratipakshapavana, which is Sanskrit for the comparison of opposites. This is a tantric practice in which you recall two different extremes of experiences, one right after another, to help yourself kind of neutralize your response to something that might be activating. For example, you might see in a Yoga Nidra script recalling the sensation of being cold and then recalling the sensation of being warm or hot. So it's just that practice of going back and forth between stimuli and noticing your response and seeing how you can make a change to better live your most authentic life. Technically, Yoga Nidra can also be described as a pratyahara practice or elimination of the senses because you are guiding the student's awareness away from what might be coming in through their senses and turning their awareness inward to what's happening inside of the body rather than what they might hear, smell, taste, etc. That's also why we come into Shavasana and why we do progressive relaxation to help the physical body have as a little chatter, conversation as you move into deep relaxation. With all of that being said, Yoga Nidra can be a very, very beneficial practice. It is something that I really enjoy, especially when someone has a really nice voice and has a really nice presence and way of holding space. So I'm really hoping that you enjoy these next videos. I also want to remind you that you have permission always to stop the practice, to come up to a seat, stop the video. It's okay to have anxious feelings, to have a negative experience. That's okay. The practice of Yoga Nidra is just a practice. You don't have to do it one way. It's just a means of getting to know yourself a little bit better, which is really all the practice of yoga is. So again, I want to thank all of our Indian ancestors and teachers and everyone who helped to bring yoga to the Western world. It's a privilege and an honor to be able to share this and to learn this practice and use it as part of my healing. Again, I hope you enjoy these coming videos. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can always let me know in the comments. You can also reach out to me via email or on Instagram. And if you're interested in donating for my services today, you can find my Venmo and my PayPal and my Cash App at the bottom. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.